today. From Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Highmark Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. East matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Dolphins at 13-2 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He's got room at the 30, and he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tua to throw again. He's going to take another shot here. And, it'll be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Rush coming, and he's taken down. Deron Payne in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Raekwon Davis. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way. And able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done. And for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
Now Waddle on the jet sweep. A nice little juke. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and the Bills are going to get it back here just past the 35. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. to the air. Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued. And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a... Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jerome Baker came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the...
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Melvin Ingram, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Miami set to take over. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Didn't learn his lesson the first time, but looks like a second early interception got through to him. Now he understands. Don't force a throw if it's not there. Oftentimes, running is the better play anyway. Case in point, he picks up a first down there.
Let's go. Black 40.
And some room to roam now. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. On the jet sweep, here comes Waddle. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Taylor going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Taylor again. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one taken just inside the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now, the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him out of the end zone in this one.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, Allen going deep for Diggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Allen. And Diggs has it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Allen to throw it. Looking for his man on the out route, and he's got Diggs. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Allen. He'll find Gabriel Davis. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
To his throw there into the hands of Ross. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down this lane.
Yes, but they lose a full 5 yards. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
This is caught. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They'll try again, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Sanders on for the extra point. this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Now after the touchdown... Ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Allen. Caught right side, Davis. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Dan Arnold, and it's 3rd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Again, it's Allen. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got room. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's good for 28 yards.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Allen again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's got it. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Jalen Phillips drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.